Hey everybody! Today I'm here with my kiddo and we're going to apply this prosthetic piece. First things first, I'm just cleaning up his leg a little bit with some witch hazel, getting it ready for application. This prosthetic piece I sculpted, molded, and ran myself. It's not encapsulated. It was this run was just the first run. It was a trial run just to make sure that the mold was working properly. So the edges are kind of thick and it's not going to blend very well, but I really just need to get some practice with the alcohol active paints and the application process. Alright, so let's get started. Bear with me guys, this is my first ever voiceover, so this will be, a learning curve for us all. The first thing that I need to do is trim off some of this excess flashing, just to get the piece a little bit smaller. And while I'm trimming this up, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. I am self-taught. I've only got about 3 years under my belt, and I'm doing the best I can. So if I'm not doing something right, don't come at me too hard. Just, let me know so I can do it the right way. Next up, we're going to apply the Prosthetic, first to his skin, and then also to the prosthetic, and then we're going to allow it to dry. It's not going to dry completely. It's going to go from white to clear, and it's going to be tacky. And when it's tacky, that's when you want to go ahead and lay down your prosthetic piece. So once we get that laid down, we're going to work from the middle outward so we can really get those edges laid down. I went ahead off camera and added some liquid latex and Prosthetic cream around the edges just to get them blended out a little bit more. To get rid of the stickiness and the whatever shine from the liquid latex, I'm using flour. That's all I had on hand at the time. I didn't have any translucent setting powder or anything available, so flour works just as well. So I'm going to apply that to his leg real quick, and then we will move on to the paint. Today I'll be using the Stay Color Full Color Alcohol Activated Paint Palette. So far, figuring out this alcohol activated paint has definitely been a struggle for me. There's definitely a learning curve when it comes to this stuff, and I haven't quite got it figured out yet. I am going to activate it with some 99.9% IPA. Alright, and I'm going to go in now with some of these flesh tones and just kind of like stipple them onto the wound to try and blend those edges into the skin tone a little bit better. I didn't color my prosthetic piece with the silicone ahead of time, so it was very translucent. And so now we're just trying to, and bear with me, like I said, it's not great. Trust the process. It's not horrible, but it ain't great either. I'm going to get there though. So now I'm going to go in with the black. Adding some black. I like to add the black first to cover the whole inside of the wound, and then go back in and kind of remove, not really remove, but like I want the black in the deepest crevices to give it that depth. It really does, I feel like adding different shades definitely helps pick up the texture in it. So I'm adding that black, I'm packing that black in there. Yeah, I realized that I had another tone of flesh I wanted to use. So I'm going back in with this other tone to try and blend the skin some more. There's a couple different flesh tones on this palette that I'm just going back and forth with different colors, trying to get it to blend in. And now I'm going in with the light red. I'm just packing that in on the surface. And when I lay down the red with the alcohol, a lot of times it's picking up that black, so I don't usually worry too much about taking it off. I will go ahead and take that red over the edges of the wound as well. As you can see, there are 2 sutures there, so this is not a new wound, so there will be some irritation going on and redness as well. So I'm just going in right now, I'm just packing in the colors, the blacks and the reds for that depth. As far as the sutures go, they're a little too thick to be like hospital sutures. They're definitely not staples, so I wasn't going to paint them silver. I went with a darker color, almost like they were, blood stained or whatnot and gross. And go ahead and get those painted in, and then I'll continue with the irritation around the sutures and the rest of the wound. Alright, so now I'm bringing some more of that irritation out around the sutures and around the rest of the wound as well. All right, and now we've got that packed in around the wound, and I wish I could say I'd have left it at that, but I did not. But we'll go back to that in a second. Now we're gonna add blood, my favorite. Yay! So I've got some alcohol activated blood from Narrative Cosmetic, and I'm just gonna take a stipple brush and stipple this, you know, just around, or stipple sponge, I'm sorry, not brush, but just stipple it around the outside of the wound. One thing you always want to make sure you do is be mindful of the blood. It's the worst thing you can do after putting in all that hard work is to ruin those details by just drowning it in blood, covering it all up. So I'll go in, I'll strategically get this, you know, stippled around everywhere, and then I'm gonna take the back of this little brush, it's got a point on it, and dip into this Ben Nye thick blood, it's like coagulated blood, and place it inside different spots inside of the wound. When this dries, it'll when it dries, it'll keep its spot. It won't necessarily look as wet to me as the alcohol activated paints did, but honestly, I just go back over it with that, and it gives it that little bit of a shine. All right, now I'm going to add some fresh. It's the same thing. It's the Narrative Cosmetics alcohol activated blood, or I'm sorry, alcohol blood. You don't have to activate it. It's alcohol blood, and I'm just going to now with the fresh color, which is a brighter color, and I'm explaining to my son about basically about gravity and how I'm going to put it in the base of the wound, and that I need him to drop his leg down so that gravity can take over and the drops can realistically flow down his leg. Alright, so for some reason, little man decided to start stressing his sock. He was worried he was going to get blood on his sock. So I put a napkin in to catch anything if it ran down that far. So now I'm just going in with a little stick tool to put some of that alcohol activated paint inside the wound, just to give it that wet appearance. I'm also working around the edges of the sutures as well. Alright, and we could have stopped there, but I don't know when to leave stuff alone. So I pulled back out the alcohol palette and went back in. Tried to add a little bit more irritation, and that got a little out of hand. Alright, you know, just couldn't leave well enough alone. Touched up the blood a little bit, and we're done. I'm not a huge fan of all the redness, but you live and you learn. But yeah, here we go. There's the finished product. Here we got the sculpt, the mold, and the prosthetic piece. And the final product with a cameo from Batman. There we go. Alright, well that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe. I'm hoping to start posting a lot of videos like this, tutorials, or not necessarily tutorials, but tutorials on how I do it. Again, I'm learning as I go on a lot of this stuff, so you can learn with me. I'll do the research and we'll learn together. There we go. But yeah, like, subscribe, something about a bell, all that good stuff, okay? Bye!